This podcast is not sponsored or supported by any business or organization. The views reflected on these podcast episodes are my own. Please be aware I am not a medical expert, travel agent, or any other kind of expert. Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Explore, Love podcast. I'm Ashley. This podcast is based off of my blog of the same name, Eat, Explore, Love. It talks about the unique challenges in traveling around the world when you have celiac disease. Due to sort of popular demand, I decided to also record a podcast to delve a little deeper into my travels and the lessons learned along the way. Hi everyone! As we approach the end of the year, we are also approaching the end of Season 1 of Eat, Explore, Love, the podcast. It's been a wild ride with lots of adventures to share. We are taking the first few months of the year to regroup and figure out our next steps, and the Eat, Explore, Love team would love to hear from you. We have a couple of ideas brewing, but we want to hear from our listeners to see if there's anything that would be helpful for you. We're looking for any type of feedback, ranging from, should I look into getting a co-host? Would you like to be more of an active part of the podcast where I interview you guys about your favorite cities? Would you want to hear from more medical experts, travel experts, self-love experts? If you have any thoughts, we want to hear them at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. We at Eat, Explore, Love appreciate all of your support and kindness in listening over the past year. That's 130 episodes that you've sat through and listened to. I've been so lucky to not only be able to go on all the adventures I've been able to experience, but I've been so lucky to have all of you to share this with. Make sure to sign up for our newsletter and send us an email at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. Now, back to the show. All right, guys, on this week's episode of Eat, Explore, Love, the podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about Memphis. I took a day trip there on my trip to Nashville, which you can hear more about on another podcast episode and on the blog. But this week, we're just talking about Memphis. So here we go, folks. Enjoy. If you're in Memphis, make sure to check out Bedrock Eats and Sweets. It's in the middle of what may feel like a deserted portion of the city, but this quirky little place provides a little getaway for someone with a sweet tooth. On the unfortunate side, their biscuits and gravy wasn't the best I've ever had, but I might just enjoy sweets over salty. Maybe that's just my thing. Either way, I really liked the atmosphere of the restaurant and everything else that they served me, so make sure to check out Bedrock Eats and Sweets if you're traveling to Memphis. For places to explore, as I said, I just took a day trip from my week trip in Nashville. And so I just did a day trip there, and the main point, super cheesy, but was to go to Graceland. It wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be, but it was a lot cleaner than what people told me it was going to be, so that's good. And I really enjoy learning about Elvis and getting to see the inside of his house. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with Graceland with everything that's been going on with the family, but I really encourage that if you're in Tennessee and if you're within a driving distance to Graceland and Memphis, that you go check it out. There's a lot more to see besides the house. In the town of Memphis, there's so much history there, especially if you're a music lover. So if you're able to, make sure you go and check it out. I guess this episode is yet another situation of dealing with expectations versus reality and how much you take stock in what others say about a certain place, because I was told, do not go to Graceland. It was really disappointing. It's tacky. It's this, it's that. Don't waste your time. And I'm really glad I didn't listen to people because my experience was incredibly positive. So if there's a place that you genuinely want to see and want to learn something, even if they're right and it's not all living up to your expectations, at least you got to see that for yourself. And you know what? Sometimes bragging rights are just okay. So make sure to go and live your full dreams and don't take too much stock of what other people say about your trip, and don't let other people have such an input on your travels, because you've got to be able to live all your bucket list moments out. And even if you regret it, it was still an experience, and it was still something that you got to be able to say that you did and saw. And there's a lesson in everything. So good, bad, or otherwise, if you want to go, you go, girl. You go, and Coco. For everybody's favorite part, or maybe not, it's time for the wrap-up questions. Do I feel the city is safe for those with celiac? I was only there for one meal, but that one meal was really awesome. Favorite place to eat? Well, I only went to one place, so I guess my favorite has to be Bedrock Eats and Sweets. Favorite memory from the experience? I loved getting to walk around Graceland and share the experience with my godfather and telling him different things I was seeing and experiencing. Is this a city to vacation to or live in? I think vacation to. Is this a place to relax or be active? I think relaxing, just casually going about your business. How are the people? I remember them being very nice, but I did see a lot of people with guns on their belts, and from being up north, that's a little scary for me to be able to see it where guns are just sticking out of people's belt and waist area where it's so easy for someone else to grab. So that was the one part about Memphis that was a culture shock to me, and I had to adjust to. And that's it for this week's episode. Stay tuned for more. Till next time. Thank you for joining me this week for all the fun journeys and lessons learned on my big adventure called life. For more information on the different cities discussed, check out the blog posts on hieatexplorelove.com, posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you have any questions or fun stories to share, feel free to reach out at hieatexplorelove@gmail.com. Until next week, remember to eat well, explore the world, and love yourself. See you next time. This episode is produced, scripted, and edited by me, Ashley. Special thanks to Sarah Mientka.